May I now call on Dr. Curt Rhodes, the founder and international director of Questscope from the USA.
دكتور فواز مومني، دكتور خسوني، أصحابي في الجهد مع اللاجئين والنازحين، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. خليني أكمل شوي بالعربي وشوي بالإنجليزي. I began my career in the Middle East in Beirut in 1981. Some of you were born in 1981, and some of us were not. I was a professor and assistant dean in the School of Public Health, and I was in Beirut in 1982 at the time of the Sabra and Shatila massacres. I had volunteered during that period of time as to provide triage, direction of medical care for the families that had come from Sabra and Shatila into West Beirut. And our clinic was in the Sanaya Gardens, if you know Beirut. Most of those people died in Sabra and Shatila, and most of them I knew. They were unprotected. They had no choice, no other choices. They couldn't find safety. Their relationships, especially with authorities, were not helpful. ماشي الحال؟ Okay. Their relationships with authorities were not helpful. So this is what I think a refugee is. You know, if you have a taste of a refugee, it's a person who lost their choices. And it's a person who lost their relationships. Loss of choice and loss of relationships. Of course, this experience in Beirut in 1982 changed me forever. For one reason, I stayed in the Middle East. I raised my daughters in the Middle East. One of my daughters is a professor of classical Arabic at the University of Kansas. My other daughter has 7 children. One takes the language virus, one takes the children virus. In 2005, as the founder director of this organization, Questscope, for social development, we received Iraqi refugees. In 2011, we received Syrian refugees. So I've had a small taste of Palestinian refugees, Iraqi refugees, Syrian refugees. كل واحد أحسن من الثاني. يعني each one is a better experience as people. But it's the same story, يا جماعة. ولا choice, ولا علاقة. يعني, are we caught in an old movie and it keeps going again and again? When your relationships are gone, there is no Mukhtar to talk to who knew your grandfather. Your teacher who taught your father is not there. His son who taught you is not there. Maybe your mother is not there. Maybe your father, maybe your brother. No sister, no uncle. One young man And all young Arab men are very handsome. مش هيك? All young Arab men are very handsome. See, you agree. So I saw pictures from his friend's wedding. 8 young men, ties, suits, and all of them are dead, except him. Why? A refugee has no choice and no relationships. I am Jiddu. I have 7 boys that call me Jiddu. 13 to 1. The 13-year-old is typical 13-year-old boy. There is gel, okay? There is special hair, a special coat, special shoes, special trousers. He looks like, he feels like, he looks exactly like a young man who is in Zatari camp or who is in Amman, whether he's Jordanian, Syrian, or Iraqi, or Min al-Qamar. Yani, they all look alike, okay? Refugees are us. Refugees are us. So when I think about refugees, I have to think about me and you. Refugees, they have dreams. We have dreams. They have ambition. I have ambition. You have ambition. I have hope. You have hope. I have skill. You have skill. They have skill. I have pain. You have pain and disappointment. But I have something in me that tomorrow it could be bigger. I have something small in me that if you help me, tomorrow this small thing will be different. It will be bigger. There are 2 things, 2 ideas that make our programs, that make our interventions, that make our involvement with refugees. They are the sides of the river, one bank and the other bank. Is what we do increasing their option, increasing their choice? Is what we do increasing their relationships? The official word is human capital. How many humans do I know? We have one word for this in Jordan, it's wasta. But wasta can be good. It doesn't have to be bad. But if you don't know someone, nothing can happen, right? It's the same all over the world. Refugees are not sitting, waiting people. They are active people. When the Iraqi young people found us in 2003, 2005, I was amazed at the knowledge, the education, the experience, the desire, the thirst, the hunger. And so you can feel it, right? What do you do with this? So we talked with a community in Jordan of 1,700 Iraqis. Now you talk in small groups and you talk in a certain way. What do you want? What's important? What would you like? What's next? We want our children to be educated. Take my clothes. Give me bandura or shai. I don't care. But educate. I want my child to be educated. So I'm sad that Dr. Omar Razaz is not here, because the Ministry of Education, you all know this story. If you have two hands, you can put them together and you can do something, okay? So for us in Jordan, the government was one hand. We started a thing called informal education, ta'aleem ghair rasmi. So as Dr. Razaz said, if you've been out of school 5 years, you forgot school. Is it fun? Is it nice? Do you like me? Can I come? But ta'aleem ghair rasmi is not enough. I need to learn, and I need the paper that says I learned. That paper is my key. So we developed with the Ministry of Education ta'aleem ghair nidami. So if I'm out of school, I can study and I can take the certificate. We've had 20,000 Jordanians, Iraqis, Syrians in this program. Most of the Iraqis who were in the ta'aleem ghair nidami, non-formal education program, have gone to university now. Most of them are resettled. But there is a time in their life where, could they be lost? I'll speak briefly about Syrians. I'll first start with the 10% of Syrians in the camps. Zaatari camp was a 1-week camp, ya Jama'ah. Then it became a 2-week camp. And then maybe 2 months. يعني بالهرب يعني بلبنان كل يوم واحد بيقول يعني بهاليومين بهالأسبوعين بهالشهرين يعني. So we're always waiting for this next 2 days, next 2 weeks. And it never came. So people are still there. طيب. Syrians for us are the resource. Syrians are the masdar. Syrians are the neba'. They are not the problem. What did we do? We have 40 engineers, accountants, nurses, teachers, musicians, dancers, writers, sports trainers, drama teachers, artists, language teachers, reading and discussion. We have a poet. We have a poet in Zaatari who writes poems about Zaatari. He's a young guy. He's so thin, if you turn him to the side, you won't see him. And he has a heart and a brain. These were the resource. These were the people. When you say, what do you like to do? My wife, her favorite thing is the Zumba class. As we ask ladies, what do you want for exercise? Zumba. Zumba? You're supposed to ask for cooking or sewing or, right? Zumba? So now we have a Zumba room. Ladies only. And I hear the music. It's really nice music, okay? Who thinks that a Syrian wants a Zumba room? A Syrian will think that they want a Zumba room. We have a soccer field. Tayyab ya Doctor, everybody has a soccer field. But this soccer field is for women. Because the women wanted the soccer field. So it's a special field. It has a 12-foot high wall. زي المخيم يعني, has a canvas. These 40 Syrian leaders have 200 or 300 visitors a day. That's 3,000 youth every year. They open the door, They close the door, they plan the program, they manage the program, they do the finances. What could we do if we thought of Syrians as the resource for our programs? Outside the camp, in the non-formal Ta'lim Ghair Nidami program, there are 6,000 young people studying, and we hope to double this number. I need hope. You need hope. Refugees need hope. But you know what? You can never give me enough hope. You give me something today, and I will change my hope for tomorrow. It will get bigger. This is fantastic, this power. You can never satisfy a person's hope. Alhamdulillah. When we give a refugee the voice to say what they hope, the chance with their hands to bring the hope to reality, and a way to get there with others. This gives choices, this gives relationship. These are the two things that are the problem, right? Refugee, no choice, no relationship. Solution, choice and relationship. To leave you with one idea, when you do this with people, mint happens. It's like putting nana on the ground. If you put nana today in your ground, what happens tomorrow? Everywhere is nana. All right? So, thank you for letting me share this with you. The key is choice, the key is relationship, and the refugee are the resource. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you. Thank you very much.